Welcome back, Ouachita sports fans, to beautiful Cluck Field on the campus of Ouachita Baptist Universities, where your Tigers prepare to take on the Lady Buccaneers of Christian Brothers University. I'm Phil Bird, your play-by-play announcer for the afternoon, joined by my color analyst, Alfonso Gonzalez Gomez. Alfonso, this team has struggled through non-conference play to open the season. What strategies have you seen from this Tigers team so far?
Well, Phil, so from these last two games of non-conference, we've seen the Lady Tigers kind of struggle to dictate play and find themselves within these games and really haven't been able to finish the job because against Rogers, they went 1-0 up and then were just unlucky to get 2 goals against them in the final 15 minutes. However, I think the team has identified their style of play, and they know they want to press their opponent. They know they want to get in their half, pick up second chances, and make the most of the ball. However, it's just still coming together. Obviously, new team, new year, and yeah, they're still looking for that first win.
Absolutely. So you touched a little bit on how early it is in this season. We have not gotten into conference play so far yet this season. We will not until around October, I think. So give us a little insight into what the focus is for these games actually, this early in the season.
Yeah, so, well, I'll let the starting 11 be called out first, and then I'll let you know what I think.
Absolutely.
Number 5, Sophia Valencia. Number 9, Reese Brown. Number 10, Tegan Yauzi. Number 11, McKenna Wright. Number 12, Allison Reese. Number 13, Hattie Gardner. Number 14, Abby Cowgill. Number 17, Brooklyn Babb. Number 23, Paige Owens. And number 24, Maddie Vanna. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you please rise if you are able as we honor America and those who serve it with the playing of our national anthem.
Well, yeah, Phil. So to answer your question that you asked before the lineups and everything, what is the purpose of these like kind of preseason games? To me, and I've talked to Coach Wright about this some, for the Tigers, I feel like it's finding what pieces are going to make the best combination in order to really figure out their and implement their game plan. So as we can see here, over the last two games, there have been some changes to the Tigers starting 11. For example, Karina Chavadi gets the start today, which has been different over the last two games over Taylor Hapgood. For example, Brooklyn Babb getting her first start this year, as well as Paige Owens. So to me, these first couple non-conference games are for the coaches and everything to figure out what starting 11s work best together and what tactics and stuff they can implement for the type of opponents that they're going to see throughout the regular season.
Absolutely, and as we see here, this team is a very young team. We have a lot of freshmen on this team. Like you said, we have a lot of players who maybe are getting their first start, their first a really, really serious and large game playing time in their collegiate careers. Who are some standout players who can really lead this young team?
Yeah, and one of the ones that comes to mind is McKenna Wright. Obviously, she's coming off, we've talked about it before, off an illustrious Lakeside career where, she was the top goal scorer for Lakeside in all of its history, I believe. And so now coming into college, you've seen her in the starting 11s, and off the last couple matches that we've seen, she's had an impact. All that's kind of left is for her to take that final step into the collegiate game and really start to get like the numbers behind it, I guess. But that would be the first one I think of, especially one of the freshmen.
Absolutely. Now, as we begin gameplay today, as we kick off with Christian Brothers with the ball, driving into the Tigers' half of the field, cannot quite keep it in bounds, knocked out of bounds for a Tigers throw-in.
We can also see Brooklyn Babb, the freshman out of Salina, Texas, getting her first start of the season today. She's going to be looking to make an impact and maybe solidify herself in the starting 11 now.
Absolutely, as we see some tough physical play already within the first minute of this game. We've seen two very, very harsh collisions. Players fall to the ground, and we have our first foul call out of it within the first 30 seconds of the game. The Tigers are in their own half of the field trying to push forward, but it's intercepted by the Christian Brothers defense. Going down the field, intercepted once again, but not quite out of harm's way here as Christian Brothers tries to make it up the side. Cannot quite get to it. It's knocked out of bounds for a Tigers throw-in.
Yeah, and Phil, I'll tell you what, that first collision that they had, it hurt me, That is a tough way to start the game.
Absolutely, and that early on, it's setting a tone, a pace for this game. This may be a very, very physical matchup between these two teams.
I agree.
Let's hope it stays a clean physical matchup. We hope we don't see any injuries on the field here today, as the Tigers are trying to work it around the corner here to get across in the middle of the box. They can't quite do it as it's tackled by this Christian Brothers defense. Intercepted once again by Ouachita, trying to make it their way up towards the field, keeping a heavy press, as we were discussing earlier in the game. Seems to be somewhat of a signature style of play for this Ouachita team.
Yeah, and I mean, we can see it early on right here. Tigers on the attack, and then, kind of had some interceptions going back and forth, but are still set up in a way where the other team can't really get out of their own half.
Absolutely, as they try to make a long through ball, try and get on goal. It's knocked out of bounds by Christian Brothers for a throw-in for this Tigers team. And the Tigers have a good break here. Coming across into the middle, intercepted by this Christian Brothers defense. It's not quite out of danger yet, but the Christian Brothers are quickly moving it out of harm's way here as the Tigers are fouled. Looks like it's going to be a free kick for this Tigers team. That player there we saw make an amazing break. It was McKenna Wright, the freshman out of Lakeside, who we were discussing earlier. Had an illustrious high school career, being the top goal scorer in Lakeside's history. But right now, we saw a very good break there. A little bit of confusion from the defense allowed her to make a break for the penalty box. And while it wasn't quite a goal opportunity there, it was still some very, very good play early from this Tigers team and McKenna Wright.
Yeah, another player that I think we need to look out for the Tigers is Paige Owens. Obviously, last season, she unfortunately suffered an ACL tear. That's why she's wearing her knee brace right now. But obviously she's done the hard work to get back into the team, and now she's starting. So she's looking to solidify herself as well.
Those ACL tears are nasty. Those can be some very, very devastating injuries. We're very, very grateful to see Paige back on the field here today. As the Tigers are trying to make a break, it's cleared away by the Lady Buccaneers goalkeeper here for a Ouachita throw-in. As we see a bit of confusing play here from both the Tigers and Christian Brothers. Neither team seems to really know what's going on with the ball there for a second, but we are finally back in rhythm here as Christian Brothers gets a throw in and is playing patty cake around the ball in the back of the field, trying to keep the Tigers' offense away from it. They cannot quite, as McKenna Wright gets hold of the ball. The Tigers are in somewhat of a scoring position here. They need to get across into the box. They can't quite do it. Christian Brothers are on the counterattack here, trying to make a move towards the goal. And, ooh, that's a tough play. No foul called on the Tigers' defense as they're able to get the ball back from the Christian Brothers and stop this counterattack.
Yeah, we said it. It's going to be a tough physical match.
Absolutely, as we see Christian Brothers in the box once again. Ooh, a nice shot there. Blocked by this Tigers defense. Still not quite out of danger. It's going to look like the goalkeeper, Miss Karina Chaviri, is going to get hold of the ball there and get it out of harm's way. Tigers defense trying to make a set piece to get out of their own half of the field. They do it, but Christian Brothers manages to get hold of the ball here. Tigers with the ball once again, trying to pass around, break through this defense. Nearly a goal-scoring opportunity there from McKenna Wright, broken up by the Christian Brothers defense.
Yeah, we've seen that early on. Tigers really looking to impose themselves off the press.
Absolutely, and we've seen quite a few counterattacks from this Christian Brothers team as well. Not quite come to fruition there as Tigers defense manages to get in front of her and pass the ball to the goalkeeper for safety.
Yeah, and as we see a player from the Lady Buccaneers here on the ground.
You hate to see that, but with a game that's been as physical as this one has so far in just the first 7 minutes, you're bound to see some cramps or some hurt shins here, as looks like we see here. Will this continue? Will the physicality of this game continue? Or will we see both teams kind of back off to avoid any more injuries, Alfonso?
Well, in my opinion, I feel like this is playing into the Tigers' strategy. Obviously, off the high press, we've seen it in the first couple minutes. The Tigers really willing to get in there and get stuck in order to not let the Buccaneers play out. And obviously, we've also seen a few counterattacks, which admittedly is the risk of playing such a high line of confrontation. Lady Tigers so far have done a good job to keep it all clean back there and be able to recover the ball. To me, the only thing associated with this high press would be, can you keep your players fresh and can you avoid those counterattacks? Because, I think that's what the Lady Tigers kind of need as right now, just to keep that organization and continue with the aggressiveness to go forward.
Absolutely. I think we've seen very, very high rates of possession so far from this team. Of course, we are only 7 minutes into this game, so who knows if the strategy will continue. I think what we will see from this team is they need to keep their endurance if they're going to keep this strategy up. It's a very, very high work rate and aggressive strategy. Alfonso, what do you think will be some keys to maintaining that energy?
Yeah, so in my opinion, it just falls down to each individual's player's work rate as well as their organization, because in these type of high press systems, one player can go press the ball as much as they like, but if they don't have cover, it becomes very easy to break down. And CBU has done a good job of finding a couple pockets, but I would say the Lady Tigers so far have covered them well.
Absolutely. Looks like we're going to see a sub for Christian Brothers University. Looks like number 21, Claire Mueller, will come in for Chloe May, the freshman out of Loughborough, UK. As we try and start back pace here, it's going to be a free kick or a goal kick from this Tigers team here. Seems to be a little confusion between the goalkeeper and the ref here. Nothing too serious. So we're going to see a start to play here from the Tigers' goal.
And the Tigers just right here off the hands of Karina Chavarria. We can see they send it long, not trying to risk anything, pulling out the back.
And the Lady Buccaneers manages to get a hold of the ball here, trying to cut through into the box. Not quite able to. It's going to be kicked off the legs of the Tigers defenders for a corner kick for this Buccaneers team. Something like that was Brooklyn Babb, the freshman out of Salina, Texas, deflected the ball out of bounds for a corner kick there. A good job there by Brooklyn Babb, ensuring that the team can't make a break into the box here. So you see the set piece, not quite out of danger just yet for this Tigers team. Christian Brothers manages to get a shot on goal, breaking into the Tigers net. Looks like that was going to be number 12, Alexa Franklin, the freshman out of Germantown, Tennessee, for this Christian Brothers team. That might change the strategy here for this Tigers team. What do you think, Alfonso?
And Phil, that is truly heartbreaking. That is a heartbreaking way to concede the goal here in just the opening minutes because, in my opinion, Tigers were dominating possession, doing what they were wanting to do, getting up high, putting pressure on the ball, and unfortunately it just comes off a set piece that is just not marked well enough. And fair play to Alexa Franklin, who has herself quite the finish there, but unlucky for the Tigers.
Absolutely.
I think looking forward now, this is going to be a real test to what their mindset really is and if they're willing to come back on an opponent like this.
Absolutely. So we're seeing them break into the box a little bit. It's going to be a shot not quite on target yet. We saw some aggressive play there by some Christian Brothers defenders. But it looks like it's going to be out of bounds on the Tigers for a Christian Brothers goal kick. Already, we're seeing that same aggressive style of play we saw before the goal. Tells me that they're going to stay the course right now and not try to rock the boat too much. And just, I mean, like you said, they were dominating possession there before the Christian Brothers goal. Let's see if they can trust their strategy enough as Christian Brothers manages to make an interception right there. But it was 3-on-1. The Lady Buccaneers did not quite have the speed or the advantage there to break through, but it will be a Christian Brothers throw in the Tigers' back third of the field. This will be interesting to see how they can manage to get out of this situation here for the Tigers.
Yeah, and Phil, you have to remember that this Tiger team is a championship-winning team. You know, they've got a few players that are returning and a few players that have seen this sort of adversity. The question is, are those players in leadership positions to really inspire the new generation to battle back and find their way back into this game? And so far, Tigers, this is a seasoned response, you know.
Absolutely.
Stick to the game plan and continue to battle forward.
Absolutely, as the Tigers try to make a break there. Can't quite get it, knocked out of bounds there. But I agree with you entirely, Alfonso. I think a lot of what we're seeing here can also be attributed to the Tigers coach.
Coach Wright.
Coach Wright has been here for quite some time. It's his 13th season with the Tigers, leading them to a very, very good record within the GAC. Very good standing here as the Tigers are trying to make their break to the front of the field in the corner here, trying to make something happen. So you see the Tigers try and make a through ball, can't quite get it through, but recover the ball here. It's a beautiful through ball, but it's offsides. It will be a free response from this Buccaneers defense here.
Yeah, and good play from the Tigers right here. We've seen them have some flair and some creativity going forward. It's honestly a matter of time before the finishing piece just clicks and we're able to get a goal from them.
Absolutely, and we're seeing here some aggressive play from this Christian Brothers defense, trying to make a break through the goal. Has a wide open field, can't quite make it. It's going to be a tackle and clearance from the Tigers defense here. as a through ball to try and break through this defense. Very good defense there from the Tigers, who manage to break a very good situation for the Christian Brothers offense and turn it into a counterattack here as the Tigers are making moves towards their half of the field. Can't quite make it there as it's knocked out of bounds for a throw-in for this Christian Brothers team.
Yeah, and that sort of defense in the box, one-on-one defending from Abby Cowgill, that's something that just doesn't go on the score sheet, but that's a sign of, senior leadership on this team and is really something that the Tigers need if they want to work their way back into this game.
Well, the stat watchers may not see it. The coach certainly will. And Coach Wright definitely knows how to get these leadership positions going on as the Christian Brothers are managing to make a break for their side of the goal. Passing it towards the middle, getting across into the goal for Alexa Franklin, but can't quite make it. We see a good block there from this Tigers defense to try to make something happen on the counterattack here. Slowing the pace down, controlling it here. Very important to maintaining control of possession in this game. We've seen it quite a bit from this Tigers team. As still aggressive play from this Christian Brothers defense. Trying to break through the back line here. Can't quite do it, but still we're seeing aggression from both sides here. We see a frustrated Paige Owens here with a foul on the Christian Brothers defense for a free kick out of their back third of the field here.
And I will say this, Phil, for as much as CBU has kind of found some attacking presence, when the Tigers pick up the ball, they are dictating the pace of the game right now. And, as we can see, they're still on the attack.
Absolutely. As we almost saw a through ball there, decides to pass it back, try and get another cross in, can't quite get it. Christian Brothers are going to intercept the ball, but can't quite make a clearance out of it to get it out of harm's way. With the Tigers still very much in scoring opportunity, trying to regain control of the ball here. It's going to be knocked out of bounds by Christian Brothers for a Tiger throw in here. I think if we can continue to see that style of play, that strategy, as we see a collision between the defender, the goalkeeper, and the Ouachita offense, as we see it try and break through. A good opportunity for a shot on goal here. Can't quite get it. Saved by the goalkeeper for a corner kick for this Tigers team. That was beautiful right there. It was very good goalkeeping, but a very good offense as well.
And that's exactly what the Tigers need, I think, Phil. Just a moment of some individual brilliance where, you see Hattie Gardner just dance her way into the box and get an amazing shot off. And fair play to the Christian Brothers keeper who kept that out the net, but brilliant play there from the Tigers offense.
Absolutely. As we see the cross into the box, trying to make something happen. Barely. Still in danger here for this Christian Brothers defense, trying to break the ball away. It's a party of players here in the Tigers penalty box, as it's a very, very condensed game we're seeing right here. Tigers trying to make a break through the box. Managed to get the ball to a player, but looks like it's not going to come into very much fruition here. Christian Brothers managed to get the ball out of the Tigers' half, but Tigers retain possession here.
Yeah, and absolutely nothing is coming easy to this Tigers team today. Christian Brothers really making them work for their first goal because, how does that happen? Christian Brothers, bunch of bodies in the box and somehow clearance off the line.
It's very, very impressive for this Christian Brothers team who's managing to get it done by whatever means possible. It may not be the prettiest thing, but it's very effective here as the Tigers cannot break through to equalize here. And
Phil, two words for that play, and unfortunately I can only say them in Spanish, but it's como crees. It's like, how does that happen, Tigers, still doing a good job offensively here, making their presence known. And as I said before, I feel like it's only a matter of time before they get their goal in.
We're seeing the Tigers team really dictate the pace here, and already we can see a lot of exhaustion from this Christian Brothers team trying to keep up. I think that can only play well for this Tigers team, as the free kick and set piece here is a good opportunity to get into a goal-scoring chance here.
And Abby Calgill here to take it. She always provides a decent service.
Looks like the Tigers are going to maintain possession but can't quite keep the ball in bounds. It's going to be knocked out for a goal kick for this Christian Brothers team. We're seeing some really, really nice play from this Tigers team. Their ability to maintain this energy and this aggression for this long in this game has been very, very impressive so far. My only thought is, how much longer can this last?
I'm with you, Phil. And fair play, Christian Brothers, doing a good job defensively. And so far, at least on the Christian Brothers side of things, they've managed to stick to their own playing style, refusing to really send that big ball long and playing into their strength as a more possessive type of team.
Absolutely.
Which, at this point, it's which one will come out on top? Will it be the Tigers press or the Buccaneers possession and technique?
Absolutely. We're seeing some good counterattack play here. Can't quite get the ball past the Tigers' back line. Not quite out of danger yet, as the Tigers have yet to clear it out of their own half. But Tigers are maintaining possession well. Of course, as I say that, Christian Brothers manages to make a tackle. We're seeing some aggressive play here. As it looks like it's going to be a foul on number 17, Brooklyn Babb, the freshman out of Salina, Texas, for a set piece from this Christian Brothers team. Now, we have not seen them make very aggressive crosses into the box. We still don't see it, as they manage to cross it into the box there. I'm sorry, but it's going to be cleared away by the Tigers team. Not quite out of danger yet, as Christian Brothers maintains control, but not quite with the same opportunity they had just seconds ago. The Tigers struggling to get it out, but finally managed to get some pace going. Trying to make a through ball. Looks like it's going to be a little aggressive style of play. It's going to be a corner kick for this Tigers team, as Christian Brothers manages to knock it out of bounds and out of danger for the time being.
And Phil, what we've seen here today, we've seen the Tigers be very good in the midfield. Tegan Yowzy and McKenna Wright really dictating the pace of play and finding themselves in good areas to give that through ball. And we almost saw it work out right there with Paige Owens.
Absolutely, as we see the Tigers take the corner, trying to get the ball into the box. It's going to be a very, very close here. Shot on goal there, but not quite able to get it past the defenders, who make time for the goalkeeper to recover.
And
make
Phil,
the save
I'll
there.
say it again. ¿Cómo crees? Like, how is it two clearances off the line for CVU? Really heroic defending right there.
Absolutely, as we almost see a breakthrough, but not quite. Can't get past the Tigers or the Christian Brothers back line. I apologize. It looks like it's going to be a Lady Buccaneers throw-in. Lara Rodriguez for the Buccaneers telling them to calm down and maintain a little pace here. Can't quite keep the ball in bounds. It's going to be a Tigers throw-in. Trying to break through, find a place to get a set piece out here. They find it, looking for a through ball here to cross it into a goal-scoring opportunity. Can't quite get it. Manages to get it there. It's going to be a beautiful opportunity and a goal from this Tigers team. Number 13, Hattie Garner, the sophomore forward out of Denison, Texas, with her first goal of the season. And a beautiful through ball allows for a beautiful goal and an equalizer that was only going to happen at this point in the game.
Yeah, and golazo, golazo, golazo. That was a great goal by the Tigers right there, Phil. You see Tegan Yowzy having awesome footwork in the midfield and just finding that pass to Hattie Gardner, who holds off her defender and finds her way into the box for an amazing finish right there.
Absolutely. We're seeing a little bit of a change of pace from this Christian Brothers team, being a lot more aggressive after the Tigers maintain their first goal and equalize here. Cannot quite keep that aggression up, though, as the Tigers are going to maintain control of the ball here in their own half of the field. We're seeing that aggression. This game has been so fast-paced, and you hear people complain about soccer being slow-paced. I'd like to show them this game because this has been a truly entertaining and amazing game to watch so far.
I'm with you, Phil, and the Tigers really making themselves statement here. That was an amazing goal to just kick off, and honestly, even though the scoreboard says 1-1, in my heart it feels like we're up 1-0, 2-0, In
my heart, we're up 100-0.
That's just us being biased right there.
Absolutely. As we see the Tigers trying to make a goal or a corner kick here. Is this their third or their fourth corner kick in this game so far? Some really good opportunity here as they can't quite get the ball into the goal. The goalkeeper was not up and ready. The Christian Brothers defense, that's the second time that a defender has had to make a deflection in goal or right near it for their goalkeeper.
Phil, that's the third goal line clearance from this CBU defense. What do you think I'm going to say?
¿Cómo crees?
¿Cómo crees, Phil?
I pronounced it
Oh,
correctly.
my
I'm proud of myself.
goodness.
As we see another corner kick here from this Tigers team. Can't quite get that set piece to work out as they have these last few times. Not quite cleared yet, but the Christian Brothers defense is making a good counterattack. Stopped by a foul from this Tigers team, number 17 Brooklyn Bab there. But we are seeing a lot more balanced play from both teams here, I think.
Yeah, and, credit where credit is due for CBU. They've done a very good job of defending right off the line and, making sure the Tigers are withheld from those opportunities. But honestly, Tigers with all the momentum thus far, at least offensively.
Absolutely. We're seeing, and that's somewhat the goal of this Christian Brothers team. With their counteroffensive method, they don't need to build up momentum. If their strategy works out the way that they want it to, they'll just get off the counter. I mean, they'll break the other team's momentum and manage to break through their line as well. As looks like we're going to see a Christian Brothers throw in.
Yeah, I'm with you there, Phil. That's what makes CBU so dangerous.
Absolutely.
They're a team that doesn't necessarily need to be in the swing of things to get a goal. We saw that off their first goal right here today. So, something that Tigers definitely need to be cautious of going forward.
Absolutely, and that's only going to happen more often if they continue this high press, which it looks like they are. But they have been maintaining some really, really good opportunities here as the Tigers are playing very, very high up. All their players, or at least almost all their players, in their own half of the field here. Of course, with the exclusion of the goalkeeper. Trying to make a break through this back line. Christian Brothers playing some good defense here. Can't quite make the break. Somewhat cleared away, but not entirely out of danger here as the Tigers managed to win a 50-50 ball and maintain possession. Christian Brothers finally break away the curse on the ball that the Tigers seem to have, but they managed to get it back there. Looks like it's going to be a free kick for this Christian Brothers team. Not sure who the foul was on there, but...
Yeah, and Phil, we've seen it time and time and again now in these last 20 minutes. The Tigers have been very good offensively, especially coming from their midfield. The combination of McKenna Wright and Tegan Yowzy with excellent footwork in the midfield, able to get out of tight spaces and kind of thread the needle, so to say, and find their strikers up top.
Absolutely. Thread the needle they do. Can't quite do it that time as it's going to be kicked out of bounds for a throw-in. We're seeing a lot of substitutions here for both teams. We will try to announce them all to you. No promises, however, as there were 6 substitutions here combined between these two teams.
Yeah, right off the bat, at least for the Tigers, I see Ashton Inma and Megan McCabe making their way into this game now. And Phil, we talked about it for the Tigers, that relentless press, it puts a strain on your players physically. So obviously the Tigers are going to want to roll through subs and kind of get as many fresh legs as they can out there.
And that is a big advantage of this Tigers team. Well, they may be young, they are very deep and can definitely afford to make multiple substitutions throughout this game. The Tigers managed to get out of danger here, get the ball away from the Christian Brothers in their own penalty box, trying to make a counter-attack here. We haven't seen very many of these from the Tigers, but they're seeing a lot of success here. Tries to make a cross through, can't quite get it. Blocked by this Christian Brothers defense, out of bounds for another Tiger corner here.
Yeah, the Tigers have been very effective very dangerous off corners, I should say, today. Obviously, we've seen a lot of opportunities come about, and unfortunately, it's just CBU that has done a great job defending them.
I mean, it's one thing to be really effective off of 2 or 3 corners, but the number of corners they've had so far in this game just kind of leaves me dumbfounded with how effective they've been off of them. It's really only one not going quite their way. So we see them trying to make a corner here into the ball. We had a player knocked over there. Could have possibly been the reason for the Christian Brothers deflection. Trying to break through once again. Can't quite do it. There was some miscommunication from the players. It'll be a save by this Christian Brothers goalkeeper who's going to try to make something happen for the Lady Buccaneers here. Motioning her team to move up. They're going to try and make a fast counterattack here. Far kick into Tiger territory here, as it looks like it's going to be an advantage there from the official. We're seeing a lot of aggressive play here by this Ouachita defense and this Christian Brothers offense, trying to make the ball into the box once again with a decent cross there, but can't quite get to another Christian Brothers forward, saved by this Ouachita defense.
Yeah, and I'll say this, Phil, Alexa Franklin on CBU has been very effective this first half, obviously getting herself a goal. But not only that, putting in some hard challenges that so far with the ref have been all okay. Being a very physical presence for CBU towards their offensive end. And honestly, the Lady Tigers have been very good at keeping her, somewhat maintained, but they've definitely picked up a few knocks along the way.
Absolutely. We're going to see some changes for this Ouachita team. Looks like number 18, Isabella Salvatore, is going to come in for McKenna Wright. The lone goal scorer so far in this game, as the Tigers are going to try and make something happen off the counterattack here. Their defense maintaining control of the ball, looking for a cross forward. Gets one. Saved by the Christian Brothers goalkeeper. I would have been scared right there if I was the forward. You can't make too much contact with the goalkeeper here, and so risk getting a red card or worse. So I think what we saw there was really good goalkeeping from this Christian Brothers team.
Yeah, Phil, that's something that's, when you see the goalkeeper rushing out like that, it's a little bit scary to put a leg in like that,
Absolutely. There can be some heavy consequences there, as we see the Tigers with a little confusion here. It looks like it's going to be a free kick for this Tigers team. Let's see if they can make anything happen off this set piece here. Crossing the ball forward toward the box. Some beautiful play here by the Tigers, maintaining control. Gets a cross through. Can't quite get to another player. It's going to be handled. Looks like it's going to be saved by the Christian Brothers goalkeeper. Can't quite keep her hands on it. It's going to be out of bounds for a corner for this Tigers team here.
Yeah, and very clever play from Abby Calco, who takes the free kick very quickly and finds her open teammate. And, luckily the Tigers get a shot off of it, and now it's a corner.
We see the Tigers, I'm not sure if I mean, she probably could have scored there, but a very, very good play by the forward there to at least get a corner and another goal-scoring opportunity out of that. The corner goes up and past the Tigers' back line. It looks like it's going to be out of bounds for a... My apologies. Looks like it's going to be a foul on this Christian Brothers defense. It might be a free kick for the Tigers here.
Yeah, there's a very dangerous area to pick up a free kick, almost basically a corner. And fair play to Megan McKay for, sticking to her guns and being willing to be physical there. Because she picked up a free kick for her team in a very dangerous area.
Absolutely. What seemed like it was about to be a throw-in for the Christian Brothers has turned into a great opportunity for this Tigers team as they cannot quite get it through, barely going over the goal. I almost thought that went in for a second, but it went over the goal for a goal kick, my apologies, from this Lady Buccaneers team.
Yeah, very cheeky strike there from Hattie Gardner. I genuinely thought she was going to cross into the box. Almost surprises the goalkeeper there.
Luckily, the goalkeeper had a good commanding presence over that half of the goal and manages to get a hand on it there. As we see the Tigers trying to break through to the front line. Ooh, a good rebound, almost a goal there by the Tigers team, blocked by the Christian Brothers defense. We're trying to make a counterattack here. Getting a nice through ball there to Mia Aviles. Manages to cross the ball forward. Trying to break through this Tigers back line here. Can't quite do it. Looks like it's going to be a throw-in for the Tigers. 2 subs here coming on for the Tigers. Number 3, Jordan Nelson. And number 22, Carly Kaiser. Nelson coming in for Hattie Gardner. The forward out of Denison, Texas, who's had quite a few good opportunities here. The other player coming off is Tegan Joasi, the sophomore out of Frisco, Texas, the transfer from Liberty here.
Yeah, and Tegan Jazzy and Hattie Gardner both have had great first halves, linking up to make that offensive presence known for the Tigers. Very good footwork for them. Obviously, Tegan with the assist and Hattie Gardner with the goal.
Absolutely. As we see the Tigers try and break through to the front half of the goal, the newly subbed on player tries to make something happen, manages to almost save the ball there. Can't quite get it. It's going to be a throw in for the Lady Buccaneers here. Some really, really good aggressive play right off the bat from the new subs. Just goes to show what that energy can bring from those substitutions. As the Tigers manage to block that throw in here, trying to make something happen. The ball's in the air quite a bit. As we see some confusion after the Christian Brothers defense falls down a little bit. Manages to maintain control of the ball. Tries to get across forward. Can't quite do it. Knocked out of bounds by this Tigers defense to stop the momentum here for a throw in from Christian Brothers here.
Yeah, Phil, and I will say the Tigers look very fired up today, very willing to get in, stuck in with the physical battle. We see Jordan Nelson coming on.
Beautiful interception there by the Tigers offense. Trying to get an opportunity here. Dribbles out to the corner of the box. Can't quite maintain control of the ball. Looks like it's going to be Christian Brothers again. That was a beautiful play there. Really, really good opportunity on the counterattack there. Just couldn't quite come into fruition. The Tigers keep making breaks like that. They're bound to score again at some point this game.
I'm with you there, Phil.
As long as we see this aggression stay up, which surprisingly long we have seen this. I'm very surprised at how long we've seen this aggression keep up. It's been a non-stop and action-packed first half of the game here. The Tigers in the back line trying to get the ball into their own half. Managed to get a cross off. Overshoots the front line for this Tigers team just barely into the hands of the goalkeeper for Christian Brothers.
Yeah, and to be fair, we've barely seen CBQ really possess the ball in these last 10, 15 minutes. because the Tigers have had such a good offensive presence.
Absolutely. What possession we have seen from this Christian Brothers team has been broken up very quickly, just as it was there. It looks like it's going to be a throw-in for this Tigers team, as we have a player, maybe a hit knee or a shin splints or something like that, manages to get back up. Looks like she's going to be just fine.
Yeah,
the Tigers are going to throw in the ball here.
We saw Abby Cal go with a little bit of a collision, but she's standing up to continue on playing.
Absolutely. As we see, for the third time, a great breakaway to the goal from Jordan Nelson, the senior out of Frisco, Texas here. Really just some beautiful play here from the newly subbed in player.
Yeah, and when you're getting subbed on in these last 10 minutes, especially in a collegiate game where there's so many subs and you're coming in and out of action, I think Coach Wright has done a great job of motivating these players to come in, and the mentality is you have 10 minutes to show yourself, go and give it your all.
Beautiful shot on goal there by Jordan Nelson, landed on by this Christian Brothers goalkeeper. A lot of saves here for this goalkeeper, Kaylee Allen here, which is good and bad. It's good that she's making a lot of saves, but I'm sure she wishes she didn't have to make as many as she has so far.
Agreed.
The Tigers trying to break through this midfield for Christian Brothers here. Gets a good cross through, overshoots just barely, trying to make something happen for this Tigers team. Can't quite do it that time. Going to be kicked out of bounds for a Christian Brothers throw in here, I believe. Yes.
And here we see Amory Thomas preparing to get subbed in any time now for the Tigers.
And that's how you know the Tigers are they're not satisfied with going into halftime at a tie. They want to be ahead here, and I'm sure they've wanted to be ahead this whole game, but they're really making a good push here with quite a few substitutions in this last 10 minutes of the game. Tigers managed to break up a play there from this Christian Brothers team, get it back to their goalkeeper, who's going to try and clear it away. Not quite as aggressive there, maintaining the ball with these defensive players. We see a lot of physicality there from Alexa Franklin of the Christian Brothers forwards. You mentioned earlier we've seen a lot of physicality and aggression out of the front line from this Christian Brothers team. It was called previously. It has been deemed okay by the ref. How much more can we expect to see from that before she might pull off a little bit?
And here we see Amory Thomas coming in for Sofia Valencia on the right-hand side. Amory Thomas, obviously, we've seen her a junior out of Waco, Texas. We've seen her get GAC Defender of the Week honors and that sort of thing. She's probably looking to make an impact here in the last 6 minutes of the game.
Of the half, yes, absolutely. And we're
of the half. My fault.
No, you're okay. We all understood. Tigers still consistently showing just how aggressive and fast-paced they can be for this long. As they try and get across through, can't quite do it. It's overcrossed. It's going to be, looks like, don't want to call it early, but it looks like it's going to be out of bounds for a Christian Brothers goal kick here.
And on that one, you have to ask yourself, was it more of a shot or a cross from Isabella Sabatier? My opinion, it looked like she was going to goal. Just ended up going a little bit wide.
Yeah. Either way, it looks like it's going to be taken over by Christian Brothers, but quickly kicked out of bounds for a throw-in for this Tigers team. Christian Brothers doing a lot in the air here. A lot of 50-50 balls. They're making very aggressive plays to keep here. Trying to break through this Tigers back line. Can't quite do it. Once again, going to be taken over in the back corner by Abby Moore of this Tigers defense here. She's going to give the ball to the goalkeeper, who will give it right back, playing hot potato with the ball here. Trying to break through this back line in the final 5 minutes of the game. make something happen for this Tigers team. Crossing the ball, trying to get an opportunity here. Comes very, very close. We see some aggressive play there from this Christian Brothers team. Slows down the ball just a bit, but can't quite stop it fully. Goes for the cross there, can't quite get it. It's going to be intercepted by this Christian Brothers team, but not quite out of danger yet, as the Tigers manage to get a scoring position there just wide of the goal. Beautiful shot there, just unlucky by the Tigers offense. Looks like that was...
Looks like that was Ashton Inman, the senior out of Cabot, Arkansas. Just unlucky there to not really get enough of a foot on there to lead it towards the goal.
Absolutely, but still, we're seeing that aggression from this Tigers team. They're not giving up on their strategy. It has worked out for them thus far. They have kept Christian Brothers out of the back of the net since that first goal. They've managed to equalize, and now they're trying to get an advantage here in the final 3 minutes of the game. Some aggression there from both players. It looks like it's not going to work out. It's going to be a throw-in for this Tigers offense here, trying to make something happen. Once again, we're seeing another few substitutions here. We'll see Alexa Coca come on for Allison Reese, and it looks like we're also going to see
Savannah Myers, a sophomore out of Arlington, Texas,
come in for Ashton Inman there.
Yes. Lots of subs. We got to both keep track of them, huh?
Absolutely. So we see a good throw in here for this Tigers offense. Manages to make something happen. Almost a good opportunity there by the Tigers, broken up by this Christian Brothers defense. The goalkeeper flubs the ball a little bit there, almost a risk of it going out of bounds for a corner. Manages to maintain control. There's that fatigue, that tiredness that we've been talking about all game. Look, we're finally seeing it. I think both teams will be happy to go into the half for a nice little break here soon in the action, as Christian Brothers trying to make a move on offense there, can't quite get it. It's going to be broken up by this Tigers defense.
Yeah, and you know, Phil, we've talked a lot about this Tigers offense so far today. Obviously, they've done a terrific job of keeping on the pressure and getting a good amount of shots on target. However, we got to give praise to Kaylee Allen, the goalkeeper on CBU, the sophomore from Arlington, Tennessee. She's also done a great job today. She had a few saves. She's organized her defense relatively well to, keep the score level so far going into the half.
And that's something that we are seeing less and less of in these Christian Brothers teams that we're facing as local players. Quite a few players from all around the country and internationally. As Christian Brothers trying to make a move to the goal, can't quite get it. It's going to be knocked out of bounds for a Christian Brothers throw in here. They're going to look for that opportunity, just as the Tigers have been all day, to go into the half of the lead here. Can't quite get it through the Tigers defense. It's going to be cleared, not quite out of danger just yet. But Tigers maintain possession here and are going to get it out of harm's way for just a moment here. For the first time, we're seeing the Tigers kind of on their back heels here. For most of the game, we've seen a good maintain of possession and control, but for the first time, we're seeing a lot of defensive heavy team here. Luckily, Tigers get a counterattack right out of it and, just go against what I just said. They go straight for the offensive side here. It's going to be a good shot on goal with the goal from this Tigers offense. Beautiful cross. Curving ball into the goal.
And Tracy Smith there pulling out some magic on her one-on-one. Obviously, she gets the ball, terrific control down, fakes her defender left, goes right, and just has a beauty of a shot there. And Tigers are, obviously, you can hear it there from the bench. They're all hyped up to go into the half now, getting their second goal of the game. But amazing work from Tracy Smith there, the freshman out of Prosper, Texas.
Really a beautiful bench shot there. It almost looked like one of those edits you see. They're controlling the ball. It was almost unbelievable how amazing that curve on that ball was.
Yeah, no, terrific goal. I'd say here, Tigers have had two absolute golazos here today, just to finish off this first half because, the one from Hattie Gardner earlier on and now that wonder strike from Tracy Smith. Two beautiful goals that the Tigers can surely be proud of.
Absolutely. As the 5 seconds left in this half looks like are not going to come to fruition for either team. And we're going to see the Tigers and this Christian Brothers defense and offense go into the half. The score, Christian Brothers 1, your Ouachita Baptist Tigers 2. We'll be right back in the second half here to continue coverage of this game. You're watching OSDN, sponsored by Taylor King Law.
I'm attorney Taylor King. For years, you've heard us say we'll be on your side, by your side.
I'm attorney Austin King. At Taylor King Law, we stand by that promise.
And I'm attorney Maggie King Davis. I'm proud to be a part of a team of dedicated professionals who are prepared
to be on your side and by your side when you need us most.
I've heard people say Ouachita.
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 Is it pronounced Ouachita?
Searching for Ouachita Baptist University.
Back in Texas, everybody pronounces it Wichita, but really, it's Ouachita.
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 How would you pronounce it?
Ouachita.
Ouachita.
It's Ouachita Baptist University. Get it right.
It's Ouachita, people. It's Ouachita.
Ouachita.
At Capital Technology Group, we make your technology our priority. Our team of experts can become your outsourced IT department, solving problems even before you know about them. We provide and maintain everything from servers and network infrastructure to printers and digital copiers. As a family business with over 80 years of history in Little Rock, you can trust Capital Technology Group to be your business technology partner. If you're ready to get your IT in order, visit captg.com and sign up for a free consultation. Hello, I'm Brett Rogers, President of Capital Technology Group. You might know us as Capital Business Machines, but our new name represents our growth as one of the state's leaders in business technology. When you've been around for 80 years like we have, you learn a thing or two about change. But what will never change is our commitment to our clients. We're still the same reliable team here to meet all your technology needs. Capital Technology Group is bigger and better than ever before. Learn more.
Owned by OBU alumni, Java Primo is the official coffee house of Ouachita Tiger football. At Java Primo, amazing coffee is just the beginning. Try our great options at breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and don't forget about our amazing desserts. Also, shop Java Primo's gift selection 24/7 online at javaprimo.com.
Go Tigers! Go Tigers!
I'm Rex Horn, the Interim Executive Director of the Arkansas Baptist State Convention, and today I'm joined by my friend Dylan, who is an attorney with the Arkansas Baptist Foundation with an important word for you.
The foundation is here to help you support your Ouachita Tigers. If you'd like to create an estate plan that supports Ouachita and its mission or learn about other giving opportunities, please contact us using the information below.
Visit the Ouachita campus store for all your Tiger apparel, merchandise, and gifts. If you need something to wear to show your Tiger pride, stop by the Ouachita campus store on the bottom floor of the Evans Student Center to grab a t-shirt, sweatshirt, polo, or more. If you can't stop by the store on campus, visit us online at bookstore.obu.edu. Make your purchase and we'll send it to you. Support the Tigers by checking out the Ouachita campus store. Go Tigers.
Make Print Mania in downtown Arkadelphia your place to get embroidery, screen printing, trophies, and more. Drop by their store on Main Street in downtown Arkadelphia or visit their website at printmaniatees.com to see how they can help your business or group. Need a shirt for an event? Let Print Mania take care of that. Need promotional materials for your business or organization? You can let Print Mania take care of that too. A family-run local business in Arkadelphia, Print Mania has been serving the public since 1992. Call Print Mania today, 870-246-3803.
I'm Attorney Taylor King. For years, you've heard us say we'll be on your side, by your side.
I'm Attorney Austin King. At Taylor King Law, we stand by that promise.
And I'm attorney Maggie King Davis. I'm proud to be a part of a team of dedicated professionals who are prepared
To be on your side and by your side when you need us most.
If you've been injured, contact the Taylor King Law Firm.
And we, and more, will be on your side, by your side.
I've heard people say Ouachita.
Wichita.
Ouachita.
Is it pronounced Ouachita?
Searching for Ouachita Baptist University.
Back in Texas, everybody pronounces it Wichita, but really, it's Ouachita.
Ouachita. Ouachita.
How would you pronounce it?
Ouachita.
Ouachita.
It's Ouachita Baptist University. Get it right.
It's Ouachita, people. It's Ouachita.
Ouachita.
At Capital Technology Group, we make your technology our priority. Our team of experts can become your outsourced IT department, solving problems even before you know about them. We provide and maintain everything from servers and network infrastructure to printers and digital copiers. As a family business with over 80 years of history in Little Rock, you can trust Capital Technology Group to be your business technology partner. If you're ready to get your IT in order, visit captg.com and sign up for a free consultation. Hello, I'm Brett Rogers, President of Capital Technology Group. You might know us as Capital Business Machines, but our new name represents our growth as one of the state's leaders in business technology. When you've been around for 80 years like we have, you learn a thing or two about change. But what will never change is our commitment to our clients. We're still the same reliable team here to meet all your technology needs. Capital Technology Group is bigger and better than ever before. Learn more at captg.com.
Owned by OBU alumni, Java Primo is the official coffee house of Ouachita Tiger football. At Java Primo, amazing coffee is just the beginning. Try our great options at breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and don't forget about our amazing desserts. Also, shop Java Primo's gift selection 24/7 online at javaprimo.com.
Go Tigers! Go Tigers!
I'm Rex Horn, the Interim Executive Director of the Arkansas Baptist State Convention, and today I'm joined by my friend Dylan, who's an attorney with the Arkansas Baptist Foundation with an important word for you.
The foundation is here to help you support your Ouachita Tigers. If you'd like to create an estate plan that supports Ouachita and its mission or learn about other giving opportunities, please contact us using the information below.
Whether you realize it or not, you see the work of Batson Signs all around Arkadelphia. When you see the Badger equipment trailer on the way to a Badger game, Batson Signs did that. When you're watching the Badgers, Tigers, or Reddies and see the signage that just really makes their facilities pop, Batson Signs did that too. You see the signage in downtown Arkadelphia, on the campuses of Ouachita and Henderson, or the sign in your neighbor's yard supporting a candidate or their favorite Badger? Yep, Batson Sign did that too. Longtime residents and supporters of all things Arkadelphia called Mark, Jared, Chris, or Ryan at Batson Signs today to see what they can do for you.
At Berry and Turnage, we specialize in bringing the law to your corner. We are dedicated to understanding what results you want and to helping you understand what actions we can take on your behalf. With over 30 years of experience and a proven track record of success, Berry and Turnage is here to lead you down a path to the results you need. We will work with you every step of the way to make sure that you understand the choices you are making and feel empowered to make them. Berry and Turnage. Serious injuries require serious attorneys.
Visit the Ouachita campus store for all your Tiger apparel, merchandise, and gifts. If you need something to wear to show your Tiger pride, stop by the Ouachita campus store on the bottom floor of the Evans Student Center to grab a t-shirt, sweatshirt, polo, or more. If you can't stop by the store on campus, visit us online at bookstore.obu.edu. Make your purchase and we'll send it to you. Support the Tigers by checking out the Ouachita campus store. Go Tigers.
Make Print Mania in downtown Arkadelphia your place to get embroidery, screen printing, trophies, and more. Drop by their store on Main Street in downtown Arkadelphia or visit their website at printmaniatees.com to see how they can help your business or group. Need a shirt for an event? Let Print Mania take care of that. Need promotional materials for your business or organization? You can let Print Mania take care of that too. A family-run local business in Arkadelphia, Print Mania has been serving the public since 1992. Call Print Mania today, 870.
I'm Attorney Taylor King. For years, you've heard us say we'll be on your side, by your side.
I'm Attorney Austin King. At Taylor King Law, we stand by that promise.
And I'm attorney Maggie King Davis. I'm proud to be a part of a team of dedicated professionals who are prepared
to be on your side and by your side when you need us most.
If you've been injured, contact the Taylor King Law Firm.
And we, and more, will be on your side, by your side.
I've heard people say Ouachita.
Ouachita. Ouachita.
Is it pronounced Ouachita?
Searching for Ouachita Baptist University.
Back in Texas, everybody pronounces it Wichita, but really, it's Ouachita.
Ouachita. Ouachita.
How would you pronounce it?
Ouachita.
Ouachita.
It's Ouachita Baptist University. Get it right.
It's Ouachita, people. It's Ouachita.
Ouachita.
I'm Nicole Auerbach.
Kevin Kugler of Westwood One.
Hi, everybody. It's Pete Pranica of the Memphis Grizzlies and Fox Sports Southeast.
This is Danielle Musselman.
This is Kyle Peterson with ESPN. This is Tom Hart of ESPN and the SEC Network. Thanks for tuning in to the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
Welcome back to beautiful Cluck Field here at Ouachita Baptist University as we see the Christian Brothers University Lady Buccaneers take on your Ouachita Baptist Tigers. The current score as we head into the second half is the Lady Buccaneers 1 and your Tigers 2. Alfonso, so far in this game, we've seen, true to form, this Tigers team play very, very pressing plays, play very aggressive. Do you think we'll continue to see that in this second half?
I think we will. Obviously, we talked about it before the game. We knew that the Tigers were going to look to high press, really try and pin the Lady Buccaneers in their own half. And so far, so good. It's worked out for them. Obviously, CBU found themselves a goal early on. But besides that, I'd say has been clearly Ouachita's game. And so I wouldn't be surprised if they go out into the second half the same way that they started.
Yes, CBU definitely did find themselves a goal early on. It was their only shot on target the whole first half. They took 3 shots overall compared to the Tigers' 8 shots on target and 12 total shots. Now, obviously, they're doing a very good job at minimizing the amount of shots that this Christian Brothers team gets, but they did still score. What are some ways that Ouachita can minimize mistakes and keep them from scoring again in the second half?
Yeah, so I would say that goal came off a corner, came off a bit of a counterattack from CBU. Obviously, you got to give credit where credit is due, and, Alexa Franklin?
Yeah.
Alexa Franklin, has a wonder strike from outside the box and, does good to put her team up. But going into the second half to avoid any other goals like that, I would personally say that the Tigers need to keep up their momentum, keep pressing high, keep the organization in their back line, which it seems like they're going to do, coming out in a similar fashion to the way that they started the game. And we've seen McKenna Wright and Tegan Yowzy really be creative in that midfield, as well as work hard to put the defenders' heads down and win the ball back in dangerous areas.
The Tigers will be working hard to ensure they don't repeat their last game against Rogers State. That game they went into the half with a 1-0 lead, but ended up falling 2-1. Currently they have a 2-1 lead, same 1-point lead there. I'm sure this Tiger team is going to be making sure that they do not repeat those mistakes of that game here today.
Yeah, and we'll see it right now from kickoff, already aggressive from the Tigers.
Absolutely, and while it may have been a bit misplaced, knocked out of bounds almost immediately, still a very good job of aggression there. And actually, it was knocked out of bounds, but I think it's going to be a corner here from this Tigers team. So I misspoke. It definitely did turn out well there, as they get a set piece off of that aggression right off the bat there. Let's see if they can make something happen right here at the beginning of this game. Cross is going to go into the box. It's going to be deflected, not quite cleared entirely away, as the Tigers maintain a bit of possession, but it's not really going to come into anything as they knock the ball out of bounds for a Christian Brothers goal kick here. But as we were saying in that first half, it felt like the Tigers had a good handle of that possession, but the possession battle was not as one-sided as I would have thought. Tigers maintaining 57% of possession to Christian Brothers 43%, as we're seeing still a lot of aggression from this Tigers team.
Yeah, and Phil, sometimes when we see stuff on the score sheet and everything, it doesn't always give the complete idea of what was going on in the game. And honestly, that 14% gap in possession, I'd say is pretty crucial in what the Tigers did so far. So, don't always just check the stat sheet, no?
No, absolutely. As we're seeing this Christian Brothers team a little more composure here, as they got a nice break and conserved some energy there in halftime. Definitely playing a lot better style of soccer than we saw at the end of that last half. Still, the Tigers maintaining a lot of possession there. It looks like it's going to be
offsides, it looks like.
On this Tigers team, yeah, offsides. It's going to be a set piece for this Christian Brothers defense here. They're trying to break through this Tigers midfield, getting a lot more possession in their own half here. We're seeing a little less aggression as we go on with this game from this Tigers team. Still a very, very good tackle there. Knocks the Christian Brothers team to the ground, but there is no foul called by the referees here. We're seeing some good play in the corner here. Christian Brothers trying to make a cross in front of goal to try and get an opportunity there. Can't quite get it. Intercepted by this Tigers defense, who's going to lose it once again. We're seeing a lot of aggressive play from both sides of the ball here, both the Christian Brothers offense and the Tiger defense. The Tiger defense ends up coming out on top there, though, as it's going to go out of bounds for a Ouachita throw-in their own half of the field here. Tigers can't quite get it through the back line of this Christian Brothers team, who managed to keep the ball in their own half here. Looks kind of like they're taking some tips from Ouachita's playbook here as we look at this first bit. It's going to be knocked out of bounds there by this Christian Brothers team for a throw-in for this Tigers. But we're seeing a somewhat similar play to what we saw from the Tigers at the very beginning of this game. Do you think that will continue, or do you think the Tigers are going to be able to handle it fairly well?
Yeah, Phil, so in my opinion, we've seen CBU do a good job of keeping the ball on the ground and really possess in areas of the game. It looks like coming out at the halftime, they were a little bit, their instruction may have been to, press a little bit higher and try and win the ball further up the field. But, and that obviously puts Ouachita on the back foot. Now we'll see the quality of our girls in possession.
Absolutely. As we see very, very aggressive play there. Definitely an accident, but knocked down is for Christian Brothers, number 12, Alexa Franklin here. And we're going to see a free kick here from this Buccaneers team.
Looks like Anna Dutra from Christian Brothers stepping up to take it. This looks like a dangerous position. Could be straight to goal. Something, Phil, that we almost forgot to mention was Taylor Hapgood subbing on for the second half.
Just a good cross into the box there from this Lady Buccaneers team is going to lead to a score. Looks like the shot was taken by a number 16, Anna Dutra, the sophomore out of Belo Horizonte, Brazil.
And fair play to Anna Dutra there. And we've seen 4 really, really good goals in this game.
Really,
Anna
4 impressive
Dutra
goals, yeah.
having a wonder strike from the free kick. Honestly, Taylor Hapgood, as a goalkeeper, what more can you do there,
There's not much. There's not much.
And so Tigers, just as they started the game here, technically 1-0 down here in the second half, 2-2 overall.
Luckily, we came into this half with a good lead. They were looking for those goals all throughout the second half. It's going to be continued good play by this team. The goalkeeper is going to come out, be a little physical there with the strikers from Christian Brothers. Save the ball there. We're seeing Alexa Franklin still with some very, very aggressive play from these Christian Brothers forwards here. Some good counterattacks here as the Tigers are trying to make something out of nothing here. Manages to get the ball through up to the goalkeeper. Nearly a good play there for Paige Owens, the forward out of Salina. Oh, my apologies. Paige Owens, the forward out of Mansfield, Texas, but could not quite get an opportunity there.
Yeah, and Phil, we've seen it so far. CBU trying to push the Tigers a little bit back, and we've seen some quality in possession from the Tigers so far in this second half. Obviously, leading to a bit of a half chance right there. Paige Owens just couldn't get to that ball, but fair opportunity for the Tigers.
Absolutely, and we're seeing so much more aggression here from both teams. A bit of a rough play right there. It's going to result in a Tigers free kick. The foul is going to be on number 24, Elise Legnadal here for the Christian Brothers defense. It's going to lead to a free kick for this Tigers team.
And Brooklyn Blab done a great job so far this entire game, winning her one-on-one defensive battles, and that was just another example right there.
And I think the composure we've seen from the freshman out of Salina, Texas is very, very impressive. You know, one of her first few collegiate games, her first start as well. She's played very, very well today. Maintained her composure and done a good job of limiting the number of shots that go back for a shot on goal here for this Christian Brothers offense and Tigers defense here. Christian Brothers making some moves in the midfield. Blocked right there. A shot blocked. Another shot blocked. A good opportunity from Alexa Franklin there. Can't quite convert the opportunity, however.
Alexa Franklin for CBU has been quite the presence up top. Very physical, very demanding, and even got herself a goal today.
Absolutely. We're seeing a very, very aggressive style of play, and she's leading the aggressive style of play there, certainly. Setting the pace for the rest of the team. It's going to be out of bounds for Christian Brothers throw in. Christian Brothers trying to make something happen, breaking through this Tigers midfield here. Can't quite get it just yet. Manages to get the ball into the corner. Almost taken over by this Ouachita defense. Not quite yet, but eventually it will go out of bounds. Deflected off the Tigers' feet. I think that was Brooklyn Babb right there as well. Deflected off of Brooklyn Babb's feet for a corner kick for this Lady Buccaneers team. We haven't seen a lot of opportunities here for the Buccaneers to show us their set pieces.
Yeah, and honestly, Phil, I don't know if you remember, but their first goal came off a result of a set piece, bounced out and picked up on a rebound.
In fact, I believe all their goals so far this game have come off set pieces. Their first one coming off a corner, and their second one coming off a free kick right outside of the box. So this Christian Brothers team is very dangerous off set pieces. They are very capable of converting opportunities as the Christian Brothers defense manages to retain possession there. Ouachita also retaining possession there. A good scrap fight there from both the Tigers and the Buccaneers to maintain possession of the ball. The Buccaneers come out on top, trying to break through, make something happen on a fast-paced Tigers defense here. You see in the wings Abby Cowgill getting ready to come back on the field after taking a break at the end of that first half. It's going to be saved by the Tigers defense.
Yeah, and it's looking like Taylor Hapgood in these first 10 minutes of the second half has already had more to do than Karina Chavarria in the first half.
Absolutely.
Obviously, that's just a result of Christian Brothers and Ouachita, different styles of play coming into this half.
Absolutely. We're seeing a lot more aggression out of this Christian Brothers team, and it's going to result in a few more shot opportunities. Luckily, they've done quite a good job of maintaining that, but we have seen a lot more aggression from this Christian Brothers team. It looks like it's going to be offsides on the Tigers for a Christian Brothers free kick from their own penalty box here.
Yeah, and just barely offsides there, Paige Owens. If she's just a step further to the left, runs onto that and is one-on-one with the keeper in the box. But unfortunately, thin margins there.
And she's a fast player. She can afford to give the defenders a foot or two there. Just did not quite get lucky there. It's going to be back for the Tigers defense, trying to get the ball away from their own half of the field. We're seeing some really, really aggressive, really unified style of play from this Christian Brothers team. Stark contrast to their first half play. Seeing kind of sloppy play there, but they've really recovered here. Made this game a lot more competitive in the second half so far.
I'll agree with you there, Phil. I don't know what the CBU coach told them at halftime, but it looks to be working.
Absolutely, it's like that one scene in Space Jam where Michael Jordan puts Mike's juice or something on his bottle of water, and it makes everyone go crazy. And good team. Seeing a very, very different Christian Brothers team than we saw in the first half, to their benefit. As the Tigers struggle to maintain possession here, Christian Brothers get a good chunk of play in the middle third of the field, trying to break through for a scoring opportunity here. No success just yet. The Tigers done a good job of stunting any momentum that might start to form from this Christian Brothers team. Get the good cross into the middle of the field. Barely saved by the goalkeeper there. Throws it out for a Ouachita Tiger counterattack here.
And even so, the Tigers still willing to be organized there. Really making Christian Brothers work for their opportunities either way. And just defensively, very sound from the Lady Tigers.
Yeah, this Tigers team really can take any strategy if they have to. They can press really high. They can play back on their back foot. They really can do so much. So we see a little bit of confusion with some subs trying to come on the field a little early.
Looks like
the official's going to tell them to go back until after the free kick here for the Tigers.
Looks like Abby Calgo and Isabella Sabater getting ready to come on in the second half for the Tigers. And Sofia Valencia here to take this free kick, kind of out wide. To me, this looks like a prime crossing opportunity.
Going to barely be saved by the goalkeeper there. He's going to try to bring the ball the other way. These subs that are coming in, Abby Calgill played the whole first half before getting a slight break there. Isabella Sabater, meanwhile, played 16 minutes off the bench there in that first half. As we see some aggression from both teams here is going to lead to a stoppage in play. Not quite time for substitutions just yet, but both sides have quite a few subs getting set up and ready to come into the game.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, Phil, I've played some games down here in Clarkfield around afternoon time, and even though you can see here that the clouds are a little bit gray, it's still freaking hot down there. So
absolutely,
I'm guessing the Tigers are going to want to roll subs and keep legs fresh.
Oh, already with their style of play is somewhat of a clearance there, but the Tigers defense cannot quite get it all the way out. He's going to go out into the corner for a cross into the box, stolen by the Tigers. We're going to try and make something happen off the counterattack here. They're doing a good job of pushing the ball forward here, trying to get through this back line. Can't quite do it. That's going to be a throw-in for this Tigers offense. And we're finally going to see subs come in here. In addition to those two players that we already called, it looks like Ava Dunnigan, the junior out of Keller, Texas, is going to come in as well. Coming off for the Tigers, it's going to be McKenna Wright, Maddie Vanna, and who's the other player? Brooklyn Babb, I believe.
Yeah. You got all three of them, Phil.
Proud of myself there for that one.
Yeah. I couldn't even see him coming off, so.
Tigers trying to make something happen at the front of the field here. Can't quite get it. It's going to be intercepted by this defense. Not for long, though. Tigers maintain possession before losing it once again. We're seeing a good battle for possession here in the Tigers' third of the field. Good on the Tigers for not giving up. Good on this Christian Brothers team for forcing the Tigers' hand. Very good style of play from both teams here, as we're going to see a Christian Brothers free kick from their third of the field here.
Yeah, and honestly, in the second half, we haven't seen, just the game itself hasn't really allowed the Tigers to showcase their creativity on the offensive third. Just hasn't really presented itself to the Tigers thus far, but the quality is still there, and as long as they can get into good areas, I'm sure that they continue their performance from the first half.
Absolutely. As a slip from a defender leads to a opportunity for this Lady Buccaneers team. They can't quite get it. It's going to be knocked out of bounds for a Tiger. My apologies. Goal kick. Tigers trying to make a counterattack here. Can't quite get it. It's going to be knocked into the Christian Brothers defensive feet. The feet kind of looks like their cleats kind of got tangled up there a little bit. It's going to be a foul on Christian Brothers. Tigers trying to make a counterattack off the set piece there. Doing a good job of getting the ball into the corner, crossing it into the box with an awesome opportunity for an assist. Just not quite enough juice behind it there to get the ball to the attacking forward there.
Hattie Gardner there, almost looking like Brazilian with the little flick behind the back, and we love to see that style of play here. See players expressing themselves and get opportunities.
Absolutely, and this is a very, very local team for this Tigers. Women's soccer team, and not a single international player on this team so far.
Yeah, pretty different to what we've seen in the NCAA, at least in the NCAA soccer realm, as of late. Just you see the big D1 teams, and a lot of prominent D2 teams very heavily rely on the international players.
As we see a Tigers attack broken up, it's going to be cleared out of bounds from this Christian Brothers defense for a throw-in for the Tigers. We see in the wings here, Ashton Inman, the senior out of Cabot, Arkansas, is going to be coming in for a number. Let's see if I can read the number here.
Let's see. Oh my goodness. Forgive us. We have a bit of a rough angle here.
I believe it's going to be Reese Brown coming on. Or my apologies, Shanley Rogers here.
And it looks like it'll be a corner kick for the Tigers now. We've seen some really good opportunity from the Tigers off corner kicks today. See if they can replicate that form going into this second half.
I do have confirmation that it was Ashton Inman coming in for Reese Brown there. The Tigers get a cross into the box, barely missing the goal. It's going to go out of bounds for a Christian Brothers goal kick here. Some really beautiful play there from both teams, both to get the ball into the box and to keep the goal from happening. We're seeing some very, very competitive play in the second half here from both teams. Very, very balanced offensively and defensively. Both teams with quite a few attacks, and Tigers especially taking a more defensive role here as the Tigers managed to break through. Once again, going opposite of what I said. Tigers managed to get a shot opportunity, can't quite get it. It's going to go over the end zone. My apologies, over the goal for a Christian Brothers goal kick here.
Yeah, and you see on that play right there, Paige Owens doing the dirty work to get on the end of that ball, really showing off her hard work and willingness to get back there and still keeping up quality to get a good service into the box. And unfortunately, Tigers are just one step away from goal number 3.
Absolutely. But so are Christian Brothers here as they manage to retain possession in their attacking third of the field. Crossing into the middle, wide open here for a 1v1. Christian Brothers offense with an opportunity here. Ouachita trying to maintain control here from the defensive perspective. Getting some good shots, but all of them have been blocked by the Tigers so far as the Tigers managed to regain possession here. Short-lived, however, as they cross it right back into the hands of the Christian Brothers, who cross it right back into the feet of the Tigers. Finally, the confusion is going to be relaxed. It's going to be a free kick for the Tigers here. We're going to try and slow down the pace a little bit.
Yeah, and if we just backtrack a few seconds there, Anna Dutra, the sophomore out of Belo Horizonte, Brazil, showing off her Brazilian footwork on that forehand side there. Very good play from her.
Absolutely, as we see the Tigers outside the penalty box trying to make something happen. Can't quite do it. It looks like it's going to be a foul on the Tigers' offense. A lot of frustration there from the Tigers, but it's going to end up with a free kick for this Christian Brothers team. Tigers' offense seemed to have been very frustrated with the referee's call right there, and insisting that that was not foul. It was Paige Owens getting a little frustrated with the referee there.
Looks like Megan McKay also entering the game for the Tigers, substituting in for Paige Owens. We saw Megan McKay make a pretty big impact in that first half. We'll see if she's able to replicate it now.
Absolutely, with Christian Brothers with a throw in here. Can't quite get it past the Tigers' defense. Some good footwork by number 10, Tegan Jossi there. Allows the Tigers to get into the penalty box. A very aggressive play by the goalkeeper there. Lands on the ball and keeps the Tigers from scoring.
And Phil, we've seen that since the first kick of the game, very physical, very looking both teams to assert their own physical dominance on this game. Lots of kicks, lots of shoulder to shoulders, and this play right here is no exception. And, sometimes when everybody's kicking, somebody gets kicked. So
naturally, of course, it is soccer. As we're going to see the Christian Brothers goalkeeper get back on her feet and manage to stay in the game. Going to throw the ball out to her defenders. Trying to get ahead. Can't quite do it. It's going to get out of bounds for a Tigers throw in here. We're going to see some substitutions for this Tigers team. Number 3, Jordan Nelson, and number 22, Carly Kaiser, are going to be coming in for, looks like number 10, Tegan
Jowsey and Hattie Gardner.
And Hattie Gardner here. Once again, we're seeing some fresh blood for this Tigers team, trying to maintain their offensive aggression throughout the second half here.
Yeah, and if we can just take a minute to appreciate the crowd that has come out for the Lady Tigers there, lots of fans in that section. We can't hear from all the way over here, but I'm sure they're rallying in support for their Lady Tigers.
And it's times like these I wish we had a crowd mic. We could hear the screams of the fans, but the screams of the commentators are enough, I suppose.
I suppose.
The Tigers managed to break through. They're going to get a good opportunity on goal here. Nearly broken up, but the Tigers are going to maintain some possession here in the corner. Still in their attacking third of the field, trying to get across into the box. Gets one off, but it's going to be tackled and intercepted by this Christian Brothers team. Can't quite clear it away just yet. The Tigers are going to maintain possession. Trying to get across into an attacking opportunity here. Have not quite been successful just yet. So it's going to be deflected and intercepted by this Christian Brothers defense, who can't hold on to the ball for too long. as the Tigers regain possession here in their middle third here.
And as you can see, Tigers doing what the Tigers know best, and getting opportunity after opportunity.
It's going to be a beautiful attempt on goal there, not quite to the left of the goal a little bit. My apologies. It's going to go out of bounds. That was number 3, Jordan Nelson, with the aggression there. Jordan Nelson, sub in the first half and a sub once again in this second half, done such a good job of maintaining this aggressive attacking focus for this Tigers team. Every time that she's gotten her hands on the ball, she's made a break for the goal, and got her feet on the ball, my apologies. She's made a break for the goal, and it's really just been some beautiful play from the senior from Frisco, Texas here.
Yeah, and I will say, Phil, that last attack, prime example of what the Tigers are looking to do. They get the ball out wide. Megan McKay kind of struggles to get some final product, but doesn't matter. They recycle the ball, and they're still on their opponent's second half. And even when Christian Brothers thinks they have won the ball, there are 2 or 3 Tiger defenders there to put pressure and continue on another attack.
And some of that competitiveness that we saw out of this Christian Brothers team at the beginning of the first half, we're starting to see a much more energized Tigers team than we are a Christian Brothers team. It's really feeding into the advantage that the Tigers have in this game. As we're going to see Christian Brothers fall to the ground, give up possession there. Tigers are trying to make a break for the goal. Can't quite make it. It's going to be stopped by the Christian Brothers back line. Not quite out of danger just yet, although Ouachita will kick it out of bounds for a Christian Brothers throw in here in this their half of the field here.
Yeah, and on that last attack, you saw Sofia Valencia up there, the senior defender from Lawton, Oklahoma. She's a defender, but she's still willing to get up there. And in the modern game, we need our fullbacks to press high and be involved in the attack.
Absolutely. More and more so, those wingers need to be able to play on all sides of the field here.
Agreed.
As the game becomes so fast, the pace becomes so counterattack heavy. If you want to have a counterattacking team, you have to have fast wingers here. It's just modern soccer. So we're going to see a throw in from this Christian Brothers team. Trying to get the ball into the box. They succeed, but don't quite succeed in giving themselves a scoring opportunity here. It's going to be intercepted by this Tigers defense, who are going to try and make moves for a counterattack here. Tigers not quite able to score off that opportunity. It looks like it's going to be a free kick for this Tigers team in their own third in the attacking third of the field here for them.
Yeah, and it looks like Abby Calgo to take this long free kick, looking to put the ball into the box.
The good cross there. It's a little overshot into the hands of the goalkeeper for this Christian Brothers team, Kaylee Allen, who manages to clear the ball out of danger fairly quickly here. Christian Brothers trying to make a counterattack, breaking through this midfield for this Tigers team. The Tigers trying to maintain this aggression and speed, managed to knock over this Christian Brothers offense for a free kick.
Yeah, and we see Isabella Savitar there tracking her runner back, just too aggressive, too physical of play for the referee, and he deems it a foul. So,
absolutely, and it's to the Christian Brothers' advantage as they get a good set piece here. The Christian Brothers very dangerous off set pieces. Let's see if they can make a cross into the box and make something off this opportunity here. It actually looks like it might have been a shot. Might have been going for Mia Aviles on this Christian Brothers team. Nonetheless, it gets saved by the Tigers goalkeeper, Taylor Hapgood, who's going to try to move the ball the other way here.
Yeah, and we see Taylor Hapgood there just being very dominant in her box and really figuring out a way to get her hands over all those aerial duels that she's had to cover today.
And this is what we've seen all season long, these two goalkeepers Karina Chavarria that we saw in the first half there, and then Taylor Hapgood that we're seeing in this half. Both amazing players, both playing very, very good in goal. Really shows the ability of this goalkeeper room that these Tigers have, but also kind of shows why not one has been picked to regularly play the whole game just yet, as both are just so amazing. Tigers going to try and get a shot on goal.
Yeah, and speaking of that goalkeeper situation, especially when it comes down to goalkeepers, it's iron sharpens iron type of thing where, you want both of them to push each other and make each other better. And we've seen that with the Lady Tigers goalkeepers.
Absolutely, as the Christian Brothers offense trying to make something happen, can't quite get it. The Tigers going to intercept despite some aggressive moves by Alexa Franklin to retain possession. It's going to be a good cross forward. Can't quite get the ball. Intercepted by the Christian Brothers defense, who's going to try to make something happen on their side of the ball. Good cross up the field. Broken up by the Tigers defense. Not quite out of danger yet as Christian Brothers manages to retain the ball. It's going to be kicked out of bounds by Christian Brothers for a throw-in for this Tigers team.
Oh, we're getting a lot of subs now, Phil. We see Tracy Smith, the freshman that scored that opening goal for the Tigers, or that second goal, for the Tigers.
We also see McKenna Wright coming on, the other goal scorer for the Tigers so far.
Yeah, and we see, I believe Hattie Gardner has re-entered the game, as well as Ashton Inman.
So we see two of the Tigers' goal scorers so far this season enter the game. You can only question, are they going to, the current score is 2-2. They're going all in for a potential scoring opportunity here, it looks like. It'll be really interesting to see how these last 15 minutes of the game play out so far here at Cluck Field.
Yeah, and I would argue that the Tigers have a little bit of momentum now, bringing on their substitutes, bringing on players that, Coach Wright has entrusted to be able to score goals and create opportunities.
Absolutely. I think, we were already seeing some fatigue from the Christian Brothers team. The substitutes are just going to reinforce the energy that these Tigers have. Sometimes people can be somewhat nonchalant or flippant about substitutes, but a good sub like we've seen so far is Hattie Gardner is going to get an opportunity at the goal. Can't quite get it in as the goalkeeper misses, but the goal is going to the shot is going to barely miss the goal there for looks like a Christian Brothers goal kick.
Yeah, Phil, and I'm telling you, those are the types of attacks that you see on the highlight reels, and just one step to the left, one step to the right, and who knows, it could go in. But great attack there from Hattie Gardner. Good run to get herself into that dangerous position.
Absolutely, as we get another shot barely off target to the left from the recent sub, Tracy Smith out of Prosper, Texas here manages to get a good shot opportunity barely to the left of the goal for a goal kick there. Once again, we're just seeing the power that these subs, the energy that these subs are bringing to the field. Really just astonishing. And when I think of some of my favorite soccer plays on the international stage or in club stages, I think of goals scored by subs who come on in the last 20 minutes of the game and just dominate, bring the energy in. So I really don't think it can be underestimated how appreciative this Tigers team is of these subs here.
I'm with you, Phil, and as we mentioned earlier, these subs are coming in with the mentality of, I want to start next week. I want to get more minutes next week. So with the limited time that I'm getting right now, I want to make the most of it.
Absolutely, and it's really showing off in the way that they're playing with some really, really good opportunities from all players here. It looks like both our goal scorers in this game so far are freshmen, which is kind of what somewhat these non-conference games are for, as we see a missed shot there by the Tigers offense to the left of the goal once again. But that's kind of what we're trying to see here is this this experience to be gained for these young freshman players who haven't played collegiately yet. You know, they're on their third game. They're scoring almost exclusively for this Tigers team. They're playing some great soccer, and they're just really gaining some really valuable experience for the rest of their collegiate career.
I'm with you. And we've seen Christian Brothers kind of on the back foot here in these last 5 minutes of the game. Tigers done a really good job of imposing themselves in their offensive third. Now, all they need to do is put the nail in the coffin, so to say.
Absolutely.
To really find their third goal and keep the lead.
And Christian Brothers manages to get the ball into the corner, broken up by this Tigers defense, who's going to knock the ball out of bounds for a throw-in instead of the corner kick it would have been for this Lady Buccaneers team. Very, very high IQ play there by the Tigers defense to give them a worse set-piece opportunity here. It's going to be a shot far to the left for the Christian Brothers team for a goal kick for this Tigers. The Tigers, or the Christian Brothers team, it came into this half with a lot of energy, really, really showcasing what they can do, especially in a stark contrast to that first half. But we've seen them return kind of to their old habits. They're fatigued. They're slowing down a bit. And the Tigers are really taking advantage of that here today. As you mentioned, in the last 5 minutes, we've seen a lot of possession from this Tigers team.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough to be the visiting team right here, you know. Obviously, you had to make a trip, and coming in and playing at Cluck Field at, 2 o'clock in the afternoon isn't the easiest thing to do. So I feel for this Christian Brothers team, and we'll see if they can find their way to a result here.
Absolutely, and looking at the crowd, we see parents, family, and fans that are ecstatic for this Tigers team, and I'm sure that can be somewhat intimidating as well. As the Tigers are trying to make a breakthrough here. Gets it to Tracy Smith. Trying to get the ball into the corner. Can't quite do it. It's going to be a throw-in for this Christian Brothers team here. We're going to see some more substitutions for Christian Brothers as we enter the final 10 minutes of the game. We see also for your Tigers, Paige Owens and Isabel Savatura getting ready to come on. Not quite yet, but preparing to sub in for this Tigers team. Really trying to give it that last boost of energy that they need to finally put that final nail in the coffin here and get the lead here in the final 10 minutes of this game. As we're going to see some good aggressive play from this Christian Brothers team. Not quite able to capitalize off it, however, as Ouachita regains possession. Really a good possession fight in this middle third here that we're seeing right now. Some really aggressive from both teams who just want to get this final goal here in the last few minutes of this game.
Yeah, and I can't imagine, by the way that either team is playing, I can't imagine that either team is looking to settle for a tie right now,
No, we're seeing such aggressive play from both teams. Neither is settling for a draw. They both want to get a victory today for the Tigers. That would be their first victory of the season. Non-conference as it is. It would be a good way to get a notch under your belt before they start conference play in a few weeks.
Yeah, and we see Isabella Sabater coming in, as well as Paige Owens. The goal scorer, Tracy Smith, looking like she's subbing off or perhaps just changing positions here.
She is listed as a defender or midfielder here. So seeing her play in different positions is not too surprising. Does look like she will be coming off, however. Tigers trying to force the Christian Brothers offense to play some sloppy soccer as they try to break through their back line. They managed to do it, but it's going to be cleared away by the Tigers for a throw in for this Christian Brothers team. in the attacking third of the field. Still a very dangerous opportunity here for the Christian Brothers Lady Buccaneers. Let's see if they're able to convert here. Manages to get the ball into the box, but not quite out of danger for this Tigers team. They managed to save it, but the goalkeeper Taylor Hapgood cannot quite keep her hands on it. It's going to be knocked out of bounds for a corner kick for this Christian Brothers team. Might I remind you, this Christian Brothers team is very dangerous off set pieces. There are 2 goals so far in this game, coming off a corner kick and a free kick. Defender saves the goalkeeper there. Good deflection from the goal line to make sure that this Christian Brothers team cannot score in the final few minutes of the game, as we see injury from this Tigers defense here.
Looks like somebody's knocked down. Not 1,000% sure who it was. Looks like it's Paige Owens.
And she has been with the trainer multiple times today. Her first start since her ACL injury. I'm sure she is really trying to stay on the field here, but it looks like for her health, she will be coming off with the trainer here. You know, you love to see how much a person loves the game, that they're willing to be injured to play it, you know. You want to maintain safety here, but that passion for the game is just beautiful.
I'm with you, Phil. You know, when you're in the mood and you're going and the game just comes naturally, it's hard to step off even if you're hurting physically.
Absolutely, and I think that's what we're seeing from a few of these Tigers players, but particularly Paige Owens there. A very, very perseverant player here for this Tigers team. Tigers defender taking the free kick from the penalty box, trying to get the ball into a more favorable position for this Tigers team. Can't quite do it, but manages to make it a 4-on-1 for the Buccaneers. Cannot quite convert there. Not quite out of danger yet, however, as the Buccaneers maintain possession, looking for a chance to break into the box. Can't quite get it through, as it's going to go to the Tigers defense, who kicks it out of bounds for a throw-in for this Christian Brothers team.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of good defensive play from the Tigers so far. These last 5 minutes or so where, you know, CBU has found a little bit of possession on the ball and has been looking somewhat dangerous.
Absolutely, and, you know, this Tigers team, I've said it before and I'll say it again, they can really do it all. They can take any approach to the game. You know, they have had a very, very pressing style of play so far this game, but even so, they have these amazing defensive plays that we've seen that just really show the talent on this team.
Yeah, and you see it right there. Sofia Valencia with a dive-in effort there to regain possession for her team.
Looks like it's going to be an on goal, I believe, from the Christian Brothers defense. It will result in a goal for the Tigers, and that might just be the deciding goal here in this game. In the final 5 minutes, the Tigers managed to make the score 3-2. That is soul-crushing for this Christian Brothers team, if that is the deciding goal, to lose off of an on goal at the end of the game.
Yeah, Phil, we've seen two very good teams play today, and as we can see, Sofia Valencia here winning her 50-50 battle, doing a great job to be the victor in her one-on-one situation. Nods it out to Tegan Jowsey, who has been creative all game, looking for those through balls, looking for her teammates into space, finds one over the top, and, you know, I'd be lying if I said I knew kind of how the final shot got off, but all I know is the ball went into the back of the net, and Tigers are up 3-2.
It's almost as if I blinked and all of a sudden we had scored. It's almost exactly what happened there. Once again, we saw a really aggressive play from Kaylee Allen, the goalkeeper from Christian Brothers. We've seen that all game, but this time it did not turn out quite well enough for Christian Brothers, as they gave up a goal there. It's going to make it 3-2 here in favor of the Tigers. In the final 5 minutes of the game, they're just trying to Well, I was going to say they were trying to maintain possession, just keep the ball out of Christian Brothers' net, try to take a win here today.
Yeah, and we see the Tigers go up for the second time this whole game, and hopefully this time they're able to maintain the lead. But as we talked about earlier, going down 1-0 in the first 5 minutes, and then even coming back to equalize here in the second half shows the mentality of a winning team, and we've seen that all throughout this game.
Absolutely. That mental toughness, that perseverance is something that really sets this Tigers team apart. Even though they are somewhat younger in some instances, they still have some very good veterans, but they definitely are a younger team. We're seeing just some amazing, experienced soccer, very, very mature mindset from this Tigers team as they're trying to break it through here, maybe put another goal on this Christian Brothers team, really put the final nail in the coffin. Looks like it's going to be a free kick, I believe.
Not 1,000% sure, but off that last play, we can see McKenna Wright just showcasing her willingness to work hard and win the ball for her team in their own half, drive it up the field, and still be able to kind of get a pass off and continue a Tiger attack.
Beautiful shot opportunity from outside the penalty box from these Tigers. Barely off target, goes over the goal for a goal kick from this Christian Brothers team. That just, it seemed like she wanted to get her subs on, but it was really a beautiful goal. If it had gone in, I'm sure we would see some really, really some excitement from this Tigers team and this crowd here.
Yeah, we see Amory Thomas subbing off for the Lady Tigers. Shanley Rogers taking her place, the senior out of San Antonio, Texas. Just looking to bring some experience to her back line and be able to finish out the last couple minutes of this game.
Absolutely. When you have a lead like this in the final few minutes of a game, it is paramount that you maintain it. And that means bringing on some good defenders. That means playing some good defensive football, somewhat different than what they've been playing all game, as they've had such an attacked focus team. Now with a switch to a more defensive focus in the final minutes to try to close this game out.
And we see this Tiger midfield just continue the battle, really, in these last couple minutes. Still able to have the quality to find Paige Owens out wide, who we've said it time and time again, Paige Owens relentlessly hardworking and finding her way on both sides of the ball, defensively and offensively, and she's put in a great performance here today.
Absolutely, as we're going to see another throw in for this Tigers offense here. We're just seeing such good soccer from both teams here, some experienced soccer from this Tigers team, certainly. It's going to be out of bounds once again. It looks like it's still going to be a throw-in, I believe. It may be a corner. I'm not entirely sure. I think it's a throw-in, though. Yes, it is a throw-in. Broken up by the Christian Brothers defense, but intercepted again by the Tigers, who might have another opportunity on goal here if they are lucky. It actually looks like they're going to start to try and park the bus here a little bit, maintain possession, and just waste down the last minute on this clock. It's going to be a foul on the Tigers in the corner there. Going to result in a free kick for this Christian Brothers team, who's going to try and make the ball up the field to equalize here late. They cannot quite get past the Tigers midfield, although the Tigers will be pushed out of bounds for a throw-in.
Yeah.
My apologies, a free kick for this Tigers team.
And just going back there, smart play from Hattie Gardner to try and hold up the ball in the corner. Obviously, using her physical frame to get her body between the ball and the defender. Great way to waste time, and honestly, that's just one of those things that a winner does, a winner knows to do.
Absolutely. Very, very high soccer IQ from this Tigers team. Once again, just showing they play like a team well beyond their years. We have many freshmen on this team, but they all play like veterans, and it's very, very impressive to see here. And a lot of that can be contributed to the coaching of Coach Kevin Wright here for this Tigers team. He is a very experienced, very seasoned coach, very, very good at his job. As it looks like we're going to see the game wind up here. Your final score for this game today is going to be a Tiger victory. The final score is your Ouachita Baptist Tigers 3-2 Christian Brothers University Lady Buccaneers 2. An amazing game from both teams. We see a lot of young players get involved in the game. We see some really, really good counter attacks, some aggressive play from both teams. Really, really impressive as the Tigers notch their first win of the season, be it in non-conference play. From Cluck Field here at Ouachita Baptist University, I'm Phil Bird. That's Alfonso Gonzalez Gomez, and you've been watching Tiger Soccer on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network, brought to you by Taylor King Law.
I'm Nicole Auerbach.
Kevin Kugler of Westwood One.
Hi, everybody. It's Pete Kranica of the Memphis Grizzlies and Fox Sports Southeast.
This is Danielle Musselman.
This is Kyle Peterson with ESPN. This is Tom Hart of ESPN and the SEC Network. Thanks for tuning in to the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.